A news report from 1967. Joan Baez arrested in Vietnam protest. Rallies across America have taken place in 30 U.S. cities from Boston to Atlanta to protest against the continuing war in Vietnam. In Oakland, California, at least 40 anti-war protesters, including the folk singer Joan Baez, were arrested for taking part in a sit-in at a military induction center. As many as 250 demonstrators had gathered to try and prevent conscripts from entering the building when the arrests were made. The Stop the Draft Week protests are forming part of a nationwide initiative organized by a group calling itself the Resistance. Accompanied by singing from Miss Baez and others, the sitting protesters forced those who were drafted to climb over in order to get inside the building. As they entered, they were handed leaflets asking them to change their minds, refuse induction, and join the protests. Police formed a human barricade to enable inductees to pass and then made their arrests. In New York, around 500 demonstrators marched to protest against the draft. Young men placed draft cards into boxes marked resistors. 181 draft cards and several hundred protest cards were presented to a U.S. Marshal, but he refused to accept them. The group then marched to a post office and posted them directly to the Attorney General in Washington. The anti-war movement took on an added gravity yesterday when Florence Beaumont, mother of two, burned herself to death. Counter-demonstrations have been planned by the National Committee for Responsible Patriotism based in New York. Parades have been scheduled for the weekend in support of our boys in Vietnam.